basically the equivalent of a divorce, intended when I married Kody.
Back in 2014, Kody and I did do a legal divorce. And for me, that whole process was purely for the fact that he could then marry Robyn legally and then adopt.
A weird place to be where you had this big family, and it's a big thing. And it's not unimportant, and it is beautiful, but it's not big like this other was. And can I adjust? Monogamous, if you are what you do, then what are you when you don't?
Divorced, separated, I don't know.
I feel like over the past 10 months, Janelle has really made it difficult for me to feel like I'm married to her anymore. It's just, she's just constantly gone, I don't think we can reconcile. I haven't been in Janelle's house in 10 months, but it doesn't mean that I haven't been around.
I like being single. I love being single. I love it.
The adoption story of Debbie appears just when you thought reality TV could not be any more ridiculous, and it has now officially earned a place on my list of irksome stress relievers. After doing some research on these adoption occurrences, my brother, a family law attorney who does not practice in Nevada, Arizona, Utah, or Wyoming, made the decision to dig into them more. Warning, the sniff test was not passed by them. His decision, the justifications for divorce, the assent of the natural father, and the terms of child support were all, at most, tenuous. He therefore investigated Nevada's adoption code in the traditional legal manner and, surprise, discovered a small pearl of knowledge. Welcome back to the TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. An individual who is married but not legally separated from their partner is not permitted to adopt a kid without their partner's approval. Who would have guessed that Meri could have done this by only filing her consent form with the natural fathers? Adoption completed. Drama surrounding a divorce is not necessary. Not to be overlooked is the fact that Meri truly prevailed in this situation. Her ill-timed divorce saved her from having to divide her assets with that jabroni. She's probably worth a lot more money now than she did then. So, what is the conclusion? Are they manipulative, blissfully naive, overly dramatic, or a delicious combination of all three? The judge is you. Star of Sister Wives, Christine was never going to agree to mother Robyn's children. Yes, Robyn. Remind yourself that she was furious when Christine confronted her about it. When faced with the reality, Robyn does what is typically done when one has nothing meaningful to say. She asks the pointless question as if it were a form of defense. Although Christine's accurate and terribly applicable statement struck a chord, the fundamental purpose of polygamous couples is to raise each other's children. However, rather of admitting that, RoboCop 3000, as she is lovingly called, went into full-blown defensive mode, acting like, no, Christine's not just making stuff up genius. She's dead. Frankly, I believe Saddam was afraid of Christine. She was aware that Christine was the center of their family and the link that kept them all together. The children would inevitably become close to Christine if she allowed her to parent them, and Robyn couldn't take that. She wouldn't be able to control her own kids. Her hold on them would loosen, and in the absence of that hold, her three eldest children would have turned toward Christine, the family matriarch, rather than remaining with the harsh, dominating dictator. I used to believe that Robyn's antics were motivated by fear, but following her recent show in which she talked about her biological father abandoning her, I'm beginning to change my mind. It appears that her entire life plan now revolves around making sure she has chosen traditional narcissistic behavior that stems from abandonment feelings. She skillfully became her ex-husband Dave's father's first wife, and she conveniently never married again. Then fast forward to Kody, where she honed her strategies, stroked his ego, and got what she wanted. That is, attention from him. For her, it was a huge success. The other kids, Janelle, and especially Christine, rejected her, at least with Kody, Meri, and Mykelti. To be honest, that rejection appears to explain pretty much everything we've seen Robyn do on this show, including the fact that I am loving Sister Wives star Meri Brown on TikTok. If you haven't already, watch the video and read the comments. In fact, she's responding to a couple of them. She's moving on, which is honestly excellent for her, and it's pleasant to see her laughing about Kody's. But really, why does Kody feel the need to disparage Meri so much all the time? It's acceptable to just state that we split up and fell out of love. As easy as that, no requirement exists. Honestly, tear her down. After the whole catfish incident, they ought to have parted ways. That would have been the perfect way to end things for them both. And let us discuss Meri's dismissal from the church due to her abandonment, which is a poetic justice in and of itself. I would adore that for her. But Sister Wives, star Christine had the unpleasant pleasure of meeting Robyn right away. And let's just say that things weren't exactly going well for her while she was busy trying to be brave and accepting. Robyn was far from a saint, as she had always known. Who could forget, after all, the tiny white lies Robyn said right before she and Kody got married? She was already laying the groundwork for secrecy when she pretended to be dress shopping. Did she really think she was trying out for a reality show? Not to mention the timeless move, kissing Kody before getting married in their purportedly close-knit society, which Robyn insisted she knew by heart. That was like wearing sweats to a black tie affair. What a tremendous faux pas. Christine was right to be furious, and really who could hold her accountable for not extending a warm welcome to Robyn? To make matters worse, Kody thought that kissing Robyn would be a fantastic way to kill time before going to the hospital, while Christine was actually in labor and about to give birth to his son. Talk about a test of loyalty, I mean. I can't say that I blame Christine if she wasn't a fan of Robyn. Besides, when I call out Robyn's next big manipulation plot, I can almost hear the gears in her head turning. I predict that now that her property is practically empty after a brief period on the market, she will become overly eager to allow TLC to film inside. I can already visualize it. She'll discreetly make remarks throughout talks, hinting that she's not the kind of person you want to bring over for a game of Monopoly. That is, she's not a hoarder, shopper, or spender. Correct? She'll attempt to play martyr, changing the story to make it sound like everyone is against her iconic Robyn move since the TLC film shows how practically bad she is. Honestly, she's a true piece of work. At this point, the show feels less like entertainment and more like a PSA on identifying toxic people. Let's also discuss the timeline. How far behind they are is ridiculous. Come on, can we please advance the plot already? The fact that they're taking so long to release fresh content while recycling content from 2020 and passing it off as 2021 is painfully clear. Unless they decide to catch up, we'll simply have to wait, 3 years? Furthermore, Sister Wives actors Robyn Brown and Kody Brown executed a classic move by lying to everyone, and Kody even had the gall to embarrass Christine for being offended by it. Really, this specific instance always comes to me when I hear others discussing how Kody has changed into this vengeful monster. It was really disturbing to see the pure joy on his face when he revealed that he had chosen the attire. It appeared as though he was enjoying the opportunity to harm his wives. He's always been a horrible piece of work, and this served as more evidence that I was about to blow a bomb. Oh, that's wonderful. Is it truly required? It seems as though he is merely attempting to create mistrust between the first 3 wives before holding them accountable. Looking back, it's obvious that Kody gaslighted his first 3 spouses and lied on a regular basis. It took me a while to see it, but now I can't ignore it. What a failure. Not to mention his limitless capacity for triangulation. While Kody, true to form, couldn't keep his mouth shut about anything. The only bright spot in the whole sequence was seeing Robyn understand that she was attempting to keep things a secret between the two of them, as if that would work out. The fact that Christine had recently given birth to his child is heartbreaking in and of itself, and learning the lies on top of that just adds to the artificiality of the whole situation. Sincerely, I wonder why none of them was furious. Not to be overlooked is the fact that Christine experienced a miscarriage prior to becoming pregnant, which surely had an impact on her physical and emotional well-being. And now here Kody was, criticizing her for desiring a second child, just as he had done with Meri for a while. The fact that Sister Wives star Kody Brown had the audacity to make this is quite annoying. Meri received a particular necklace as a sign of her allegiance, only to later retract it. What a complete moron. This is not something you make up. Meri appears to be finally coming into her own, and to be honest, I'm here for it. especially with her newfound presence on TikTok and those subtly humorous remarks made in support of herself. It's about time that she shed that old skin. But in all honesty, Kody's remarks regarding Meri have descended to a whole new level. He implied that she was pathologically devoted to him and dysfunctional. It seems like he doesn't even realize how his actions have changed their lives, which makes that arguably the worst thing he could have said about one of his ex-wives. Kody is too blind to recognize Meri's courage in sticking by her side, even when it is to her own peril. Nevertheless, our sister wives Robyn and star Kody Brown are genuinely ignorant of public opinion. I was wondering late at night if Kody and Robyn really knew how other people felt about it. They may not be on YouTube, but I doubt they're receiving much attention on any other social networking site. Though let's face it, it probably doesn't upset them in the slightest. Still, part of V hopes they do know, and that it drives them to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Maybe it will shake them out of their delusions. In addition, I can't help but wonder if any of the other wives or the original kids ever watch these videos. Given how much support Kody and Robyn receive, I'm sure they do, but I bet they already know 53 different ways to twist the story and paint themselves as the victims. Given Robyn's ludicrous attempt at a redemption arc this season, I'm convinced she's hyper-aware of how the public perceives her, and you can bet that she's giving Kody access to that information. However, I would really like to know how much of this is known to Robyn's adult children. When did Christine Brown, star of Sister Wives, and Robyn's relationship end? So when precisely did the friendship between Christine and Robyn deteriorate? I saw a scene in the first episode of season 12 where Meri was questioned by the producers about Christine and Robyn becoming more intimate. Meri began to cry and stated she didn't want to talk about it. Now that we're in the present, it's obvious that they aren't close at all, as Christine deliberately works to keep her distance from Robyn. What makes me believe that there was a small period of time during or following the catfishing controversy when Robyn and Christine appeared to get along? From what Christine implied, it appeared that she was trying to curry favor with Kody by making herself seem like the favorite wife. Meri had moved away from Robyn, allowing Christine to enter the scene. They all thought that your treatment of Robyn determined how much Kody would love you after all. Christine thus made an attempt to get close to her, but it obviously didn't work out, and I believe she finally quit trying. Their relationship underwent a significant upheaval when they moved to Flagstaff. The ironic thing is that there was never a true friendship to begin with. While Robyn seemed like an overly sentimental vampire, Christine was constantly putting in extra effort to be close to him. Recall how Robyn sobbed for multiple episodes while Christine was ranting about Kody? Christine had to apologize profusely for offending Robyn in any way. She made a special effort to give gifts and make sure she didn't offend Robyn, but Robyn always managed to turn the tables. Consider Robyn's recent statement that she didn't want a relationship with me or my children. Come on, Christine actually said, "I think I just need time, for the time being." For some reason, Robyn turned that into a personal slight, acting hurt over a woman who is going through a difficult time and needs some space. I find it amazing how Robyn turns everything into a drama, and I'm enjoying reliving the mayhem, especially when the masks come off one by one. Let's analyze the moment when Christine finally lost it with Kody. It's true that her "I don't want to be intimate with you" statement was the clincher. But looking back, you'll see that Christine had been attempting for years to express her worries. She was, after all, almost bred to remain sweet. Kody would simply give her one of those menacing glances, cut the talk short, and then enter coronavirus. The spouses were abruptly forced to confront the truth of their circumstance devoid of the typical interruptions. Furthermore, what is Christine's desire? Return to Utah. Being a skilled manipulator, Kody first appeared to be supportive in private before completely changing his mind in front of the family, making her feel foolish for even putting forth the suggestion. Traditional Kody. Make a move. Claim the group decision. Tell her what she wants to hear, and then utilize the other wives to hide his genuine motivations. However, he was scarcely active in her life during the coronavirus. He was becoming less adept at manipulating others, and he was unaware of it. When he finally admitted that he had no desire for a close marriage, he essentially gave Christine the key to a guilt-free getaway. It makes sense why she was so laid back when she eventually moved. I only hope the symbolic knife he used to stab her was dull and required some twisting in order to get inside. Like many women, Christine undoubtedly convinced herself that she had to stay for the kids, but Kody left the kids behind as well. When the kids seldom ever see their father, what good is it to stay for them? Besides, she was scared. She thought she couldn't manage being a full-time single mother, but the coronavirus showed her that she could manage it all by having Kody undergo serious surgery while she was in the hospital. After Gwen and Oisabel moved out, Christine came to the realization that she would be the only one living in Utah. However, since she would have Aspen, Michael, and Peyton close by, returning to Utah began to seem like the best option. Christine was not having any of Kody's crap, even if he was trying to give her the runaround. It was ultimately a perfect storm of circumstances. For a long time, their relationship was unstable, but during the coronavirus, Kody was able to leave everyone behind but Robyn and her children. It was time for Christine to take charge of her own life because she had had enough. In addition, reality star Kody Brown has grand plans for his own ranch, which include an expansive mansion and numerous guest houses. He continued talking about his concept of a location where all of his children could return and live close by during the conversation with Mykelti. What a beautiful idea, huh? To be sure, Kody's dad already owns a ranch where everyone lives and works for the family's benefit, but it sounds awfully similar. Therefore, is Kody only making up a story to suit his own tastes, or is he actually hatching a plan to become a cult leader? To be honest, who knows? The original 13 children were reared with enough common sense to flee that circumstance, and it appears that their wives are wisely choosing to follow their example by not returning. This is what makes the scenario so funny at this moment. Kody can construct as many guest cottages as he pleases, but he has truly lost them. Kody had dreamed of having a ranch of his own, somewhere he could finally win his father's respect. The shocking thing is that Wynn never truly respected Kody in the first place. Instead, he accepted his kid for who he is, and that's a hard pill to swallow. Whoa, it's amazing how much Meri Brown and Gabe have grown. It's obvious that Gabe has worked very hard, and you can truly see the changes in him. I started crying as I heard him talk. He has my utmost pride, and Meri is another one. It's amazing how different she is from the resentful, irrational energy that comes from Kody and Robyn. While some are able to find calm, that very much sums them up. They appear to be trapped in a harmful worldview. These two obviously have been working on themselves a lot. I don't know if Meri has been visiting a therapist, but whatever self-reflection and development she has been putting her attention into, it's working. I cherish her. Return to the label of resentful ex-wife, saying it doesn't benefit her. I hope Isabel was listening, especially after Kody made that terrible remark about bitterness that was just a part of his lecturing about being lovely. It's not even about Kody. Meri has always had a distinct sense of humor that occasionally veered into sarcasm, which the Brown family, especially Christine, never really seemed to get. However, it seems as though Meri is finally accepting who she is without concern for her family's approval. And you know what's beneficial to her? Meri is worthy of being who she truly is. But isn't it a true gem that Sister Wives star Kody Brown says he doesn't want to upset anyone? He shook his head and stated he'd be understanding throughout the Snow Square fight. No, a typical Kody maneuver. Let's now discuss this whole. I wish to avoid setting off a line. Unfortunately for him, growing up sometimes means putting uncomfortable situations, even when they make you feel uncomfortable, head on. Yes, Robyn, I am observing your fixation on the term disgusting. The fact is, though, that discomfort need not be the end of the world. It's not like Kody is going to blow up or do anything wild if he gets triggered. He's capable of handling it. All he has to do is keep going. Whether he likes it or not, it's a part of growing up. Furthermore, Recall the moment Janelle and Christine learned that Kody had been divorced by Meri in order for him to wed Robyn. Their responses said it all. They tried to be supportive, but they were not happy. That was the one instance when Robyn's true identity was revealed. The fact that Janelle and Christine have admitted outright that they didn't always get along with Meri, but still preferred her to be Kody's official wife is noteworthy. Robyn, on the other hand, was a completely different ballgame. They knew that no matter how many disputes they had with Meri, she understood what a multiple marriage entailed and how a husband should treat all of his women. They must have known that everything would change if they married Robyn. Like I knew it, I can absolutely see Christine and Janelle conversing off camera. It's devastating to see Meri give up on everything, especially after giving Kody her entire life, just to find out later that he never truly loved her. I shake my head at that. What really baffles me is that Kody could adopt Robyn's children without being officially married to her. He could have divorced Meri, taken custody of the children, and either maintained the status quo or subsequently remarried Meri. The marriage may have accelerated things, but it wasn't absolutely required. Did Kody and Robyn really believe they had to be married, or was it simply for the cameras? Why did they present it that way? I don't understand. If you are looking for more Sister Wives gossip, come back to TLC Flicks for all your updates. Bye, guys.